Pitbulls under intense scrutiny after being tied to several dog attacks here in San Antonio. Just this week, police say 2 of them mauled a man. As one local shelter tells us, though, tells our Daniela Ibarra, these attacks continue to give pitbulls a bad rap.
The Converse Animal Shelter gives animals a second chance. It's a no-kill shelter where Christian Collazo has gotten to know each dog pretty well.
Who's this?
That is Asia.
Collazo says Asia has been with the shelter for about 2 years. Finding someone to adopt her is a challenge.
Well, most of it is her shyness, but she has been looked over because she is pit mix.
Many of the dogs here at the shelter are pit bulls or pit bull mixes. One of the longest tenured ones is Ray. She's been here for 6 years.
Animal Care Services says American Staffordshire Terriers, known as pit bulls, are responsible for 2 deaths this year. ACS says the dogs responsible for mauling a man on the west side Wednesday night were also American Staffordshire Terriers.
Has the increase of dog attacks in San Antonio impacted the number of pit bulls getting adopted here?
Yeah, I believe so.
ACS Director Shannon Sims says all the dog
Increase of dog attacks in San Antonio impacted the number of pit bulls getting adopted here?
Yeah, I believe so.
ACS Director Shannon Sims says all the dogs involved in the attacks had owners.
That kind of leads me back to, the requirement for owner responsibility.
Collazo says a good owner has to build trust with time and patience.
Do I squat down right now?
Yes.
Okay.
That would. Even though she already seemed to come up to you a lot.
When it comes to behavior, he says it's not fair to blame the breed.
It definitely comes back to the owner and how you are going to act when it comes to a pit bull or an aggressive pit bull.
Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
Pit nutters, dog nutters, the dog media. They will, try to protect these savage, dangerous dogs by blaming another species for the dog's behavior. And you heard in this video that's what they're doing. I mean, it is so common for these dogs to attack and kill people, but yet they don't view the dog as dangerous. They don't view the dog as the problem. They view the other species as the problem. And I'm not saying the owner has no responsibility here. I'm not saying to ignore the owner. They are responsible because they bring these things in the community, the dog industry. They bring these things, the pit bull, in the community, and they purposely will ignore, neglect that these dogs are dangerous and they do not belong anywhere except dead. It is the dogs, these dogs, every day around the world that are attacking and hurting people. And when they do, they blame another species for the dog's behavior. But only when the dog is not attacking and just sitting there, they are going to congratulate the dog, praise the dog. They're reporting, say months ago, but still fresh today, but it's not even just them. Every dog attack you hear about, and I don't mean every 10 out of 10, but mostly, but every usually dog attack you hear, a pit bull or bully breed is involved. So why do we have to ignore the dog's behavior when it attacks people? Why do we ignore that? We not I would say we, but as in the dog nutters, the pit nutters, they ignore the dog's behavior when it attacks people. And they find the closest human, the dog owner or the victim, to blame for the dog's behavior, for the dog's action. They have done this for many, many years. These pit nuts, they know these dogs are dangerous. And it's like you know that these pit nutters know that these pit bulls are dangerous. Like you know they know that. But at the same time, it's like you know they purposely have to lie and create excuses to protect these dogs. And that creates an unhealthy culture. And that is why pit bull culture, dog culture as well, is so toxic. It's filled with people with mental illness that are sick, deranged, psychopaths. Then they all need service dogs, therapy dogs, emotional support dogs. It's because in this dog culture, pit culture, of the lies and the excuses. You lie and create excuses so much, you end up feeling sick. You'll end up feeling sick and out of place. Because all you're doing is lying and lying and lying and pretending to be someone that you are not. And that's someone that they pretend to be. They're pretending to be someone that sees pit bulls as angels, as perfect, harmless. But in their reality, they are naturally dangerous. They have killed and have attacked. Whether they have an owner, a good owner, bad owner, it doesn't matter. And another thing with this pit bull culture is when a pit bull attacks, they immediately blame the owner. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these pit bull owners they've had these dogs for some time. And it probably most likely has never attacked. And so so it has never attacked. You're not going to view this pit nut as a bad owner. Either you think nothing of it or you think it's a good owner. But the moment the thing attacks, even though you have no witness of what this owner does to the dog or does not do to the dog, you immediately accuse them of being bad owners. How do you measure a bad owner? What is a bad owner? What are the characteristics of a bad owner? These are things that pit nuts do not share. Dog nuts do not share. You just want to immediately accuse someone of being a bad owner when you have no idea what they have done behind closed doors. You have no evidence that this is a bad owner. Only because the dog attacked? Then automatically the guy is a bad owner? There's so many cases where these dogs will sit there, do nothing for years, and owners will say they've never shown aggression, never a sign, they got it as a puppy, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it starts to attack. We've heard stories about that, and we've seen videos of the pit bull looking fine, looking harmless, looking like it's not even going to attack, and without warning, without cause, the thing is attacking another dog, a child, their owner. But these same pit bull nuts will run their mouth as if they actually know what happens behind closed door because of an attack. And the reason why they're so quick to blame the owner to protect these dogs is because they know deep down, they know that these dogs, pit bulls, bully breeds, dogs in general, are worthless and they're dangerous. They know that. They know that. But they have to lie, create excuses. They gotta act. There's a lot of other factors with it as well, but they have to do that to protect these dogs. You gotta blame someone to protect these dogs. Over and over again. It's only in dog culture, pit bull culture, bully breed nut culture, is where you don't have to have any evidence or any facts. It is 100% feelings based. 100% repeat the same talking points. 100% lie and make excuses. It's not about facts. Not about evidence. Not about, justice. Not about proving yourself or proving what's wrong or what's right. It's just about feelings and being the most vile and toxic. And that's why this dog culture, pit bull culture, is the most toxic. It's the most dysfunctional, disgusting, vile, reckless, despicable cultures on the face of the earth. You cannot find another culture as vile and dysfunctional as dog and or pit bull culture. Even the sadists, even the Satanists have structure. Even they are I would say, are clean. Even they are willing to be honest and tell the truth. But the dog nutters, the pit nutters, they're just full of lies and excuses. These dogs have, it doesn't matter where the place is. It's always pit bulls, and they're always attacking. Always attacking. And you're telling me all these attacks happened because they were all bad owners. So what you're telling me is that pit bulls, bully breeds, they attract a lot of bad owners. Let's normalize dog hatred.